Here is another $21. The probability of a tourist not showing up is 2%, independent of all others. The chance that someone no-shows is 2%. Each ticket costs $50, so every tourist pays $50 to go on the tour bus. And that cost is non-refundable if they don't show up. However, if a tourist shows up and his seat is not available, the tour operator has to pay a $100 fine. That $100 fine is the $50 ticket cost plus an extra $50 because they couldn't go in the first place. Our random variable is revenue. How much money this tour operator can take in. What if everyone shows up? Let's try that first. If everyone shows up, all 21 people. People show up. How much does a ticket cost? $50. Happens. The operator has to pay a $100 fine. So they're going to bring in 21 times 50 for the 21 tourists that paid $50. But then we have to subtract $100 because they have to pay a $100 fine to the tourist that can't get a seat. 21 times 50 minus 100. What is that? So the operator will bring in $950 if everyone shows up. What's the chance that everyone shows up? 98% is the chance that they show up because there's a 2% chance that they no-show, right? So it's 98% for how many different people? So it's 98% times 98% times 98% times 98%. 98%, 21 times for each of the 21 tourists, right? The operator will bring in this revenue with this likelihood, right? Okay. If everyone shows up, we've got that situation outlined. What if not everyone shows up? If not everyone shows up, what revenue does this operator bring in? If not everyone shows up, they're still selling 21 tickets at $50 a pop. But do they have to pay a fine? If not everyone shows up. No, because couldn't everyone have gotten on the bus? Everyone has at least a seat. They sell 21 tickets and they're non-refundable. Here is if everyone shows. Here's if not all show. They'll bring in 21 times $50. I think that's $1,050. If at least one person no-shows. What's the chance that at least one person no-shows?
2% chance.
No?
0.2.
Here's the chance that everyone shows up. What would I either do this probability, figure out if at least one person no-shows? Here's the probability that everyone shows up. 1 minus that, right? Because it's just the opposite. Here's the likelihood that everyone shows up. I want at least one person to no-show. Is that just the exact opposite of this? So 1 minus quantity 0.98 to the 21st power. See, 21 times 50, that'd just be $100 more than the 950. Let's just call that 1,050 right now. To find the expected revenue for the operator, I take each revenue value times the probability they make that revenue. Take 950 times 0.98 to the 21st. Take $1,050 worth of revenue times the chance they make that amount. Where at least one person no-shows, that's 1 minus 0.98 to the 21st. All right, so we'll make $950 if everyone shows up. That'd be 0.98 to the 21st power. Plus $1,050 if at least one person misses the tour bus. So that's just the exact opposite. 1 minus 0.98 to the 21st. So I think I see a revenue amount of $984.57. By running this bus, each time they're expected to make $984.57. Let's think about this, wrap this question up. Is it worth it for the tour operator to oversell, to sell the extra seat, the 21st seat? Is it worth it? Is that a winning proposition or a losing proposition? By overselling, are they making more money? Here's what they make by overselling, right? By overselling, they're expected to bring in $984.57 each time they take out the tour bus. Should they do that? What would they make if they didn't oversell? If they sold 20 tickets at $50 a piece and didn't oversell by selling the 21st ticket? Say again, London? Why 1,000? What's 20 times 50? Isn't that just 1,000 like you said? So by selling exactly 20 tickets that are non-refundable, 20 times 50 is $1,000. If they don't oversell the tour bus, they make $1,000 every single time, wouldn't they? Because they've never have an oversold situation. They wouldn't have to pay this $100 fine if everyone shows up. 98%, 21 times. I think that was about, what is that? 65, 2/3 of the time they're going to have to pay a $100 fine. They shouldn't oversell. If they just sell 20 tickets, aren't they going to make $16 more on average every single time they take out the tour bus? It's not a winning bet to oversell in this situation. It's not a winning bet. They could make more money by just selling 20 non-refundable tickets as opposed to overselling and maybe having to pay a fine sometimes. Does that make sense? All right, tell you what, that leaves about half the class period. Let's spend the rest of the time here this morning